One clip. Two in a row. Yeah, bro. What is up, you guys? Razor here, and I just wanted to confirm that I use a Dualshock 4 with control-free grips, one being Vortex and one being Galaxy. I use the tall stick on the left side as a weirdo. I just like it for getting out of my dead zone, and I prefer the short stick for aiming, and I also use the purple medium precision grip. So, plan on buying any of those products, make sure you use code RAZORYT, and I will see you in the video. So, pretty much most of this is all preference, but I think a lot of this can help. So, compact, it just makes your screen look cleaner. These two options right here will just make your HUD look so much better. Crosshair damage off. I feel like you'll aim a lot more accurately. I made a video about these two settings right here. I go more in depth into those. So if you want to check out that video and see what I'm talking about, make sure you go check that video out. Ping opacity, make sure that's on faded. You'll actually be able to see. This is your kill feed. Obviously, you want to keep that on. Unless you want to make your HUD super clean, then you can turn that off too, but I don't recommend it. Minimap rotation, if you want to make it feel like Call of Duty, turn it on. I know there's a lot of Warzone players and stuff coming, so if you want to make it feel like multiplayer COD, make sure you turn this on. It doesn't really matter though, I really don't think it matters that much. It's whatever you're used to, really. My settings always get switched back, by the way, so you're gonna actually see me turn some settings back on. It's weird, when you put console commands into PC, whatever settings you have turned on just stick. I think that's why my settings are like that. Every time I turn on the app, I have to switch my settings over, so it's super annoying. But anyways, I make sure I have these both on. This will save your left stick, so make sure you turn this on. Your thumb won't hurt as much. You'll just be able to push up, and you'll get, I think it's better input, honestly. Double tap to sprint's kind of weird. High key is really weird. This is preference. Incoming damage feedback, I have it on both. That's just what I'm used to. Make sure you turn this off, because if you have it on, if a tick of caustic gas or something touches you, it's going to take you out of the death box, and you're not going to get the shield swap and you won't win the fight. You just have to make sure you're used to switching out of the death box really fast. If someone out of nowhere starts shooting you and you think you're safe to loot, just make sure you're getting out of death boxes super quickly. You may panic die once or twice if you haven't got used to the setting off. Hop up, pop up, turn this off. You guys are pros, you already know what all the hop ups do by now. Streamer mode, this is all preference, really. I mean, performance display shows you your, if you don't know, this shows you your FPS and stuff like that. And if you have like a higher, like if you feel like you have a high ping and you want to know if you have a high ping, make sure you turn this on actually, so you can see what your issue is. And yeah, that's also, I wanted to point out that streamer mode, this is completely useless. All this does is it hides the player on your screen. It's not going to hide you. If you actually want to hide your name and your Hollywood, set this to enabled, and people will no longer, they will see you as player 110 until they kill you or you kill them. Got my master volume on 100%, sound effect 100%. Set the dialogue lower so that you can still hear third-party callouts from the legends, but if you set it lower, you'll be able to hear footsteps a lot louder. So, like, say if Bangalore's just talking about P20 for 25 minutes and someone sneaks up behind you, you have a lot better chance of hearing them. So, make sure you set the dialogue down real low. Video, this is why my resolution looks the way it does, because I set it to 728 by 1080. Not only does it make your screen stretched out a little bit, but it makes my game run better. If you're having issues, try turning down your resolution. There's a lot of videos on how to do this, because obviously this is a custom resolution. Make sure you go find a video with a lot of good feedback, because you can obviously mess up your game. You gotta change stuff in the files and stuff like that. I don't want to show you guys how to do that because I'm a noob at that, and I don't want to give out bad advice, so I'm not going to show you guys that. Make sure you just find a video on how to do that. Brightness 69. Field of view, make sure this is maxed out. I mean, some people prefer it at like 100 or 104. I totally get it, especially if you use like a bigger monitor or something like that. Totally get it. Make sure you set this FOV ability scaling to disabled. I can't even change it. Something to do with my settings. Make sure you set this to minimal. Legends like Caustic and Gibby, you'll see a humongous difference, literally, when you're running, because your arms move like crazy, but there's no difference. That's why they feel slower. That's why you gotta set this to minimal. So, and here are my video settings. I just have everything set to low for maximum performance. This is, in my opinion, the best way to get performance. I could be wrong, but this is, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Setting your stuff lower is just going to give you more performance, so. And then if you have the reflex, make sure you set the boost, so. Alright, now we're getting into the juicy stuff. You start with the button layout. Evolve's my favorite because you always keep your thumbs on the sticks. It might be hard to learn how to use L1 to jump and stuff like that, but as long as you always have your thumbs on the sticks, you will perform way better on controller, because if you have to, for example, press X to jump, you're taking your right thumb off the stick you use to aim. So you're not going to be able to jump, aim at the exact same time. You're going to have to take your thumb off the stick. So I highly recommend anything like this. Default, I highly recommend tap to use and hold to reload, because when you're holding a door on controller, you know the pain of not being able to reload, because you press square to reload, but square also opens the door. So when you have it set like this, it's very hard to adjust to, and a lot of people will say it's not worth it because there's a quote-unquote delay on your reload, which, I mean, technically there is, but it's so much, I think it's worth having, because I can reload on a door just fine, and if I'm fighting another controller player, they're going to be bothered by this, but usually I'm fighting M&K players because I'm on PC, so they don't even have this problem. So I gotta make sure that I can get any advantage I can get, and this is how I get it. So, crouch button, I have started using hold, as you can see in the beginning of the video. I literally switched it to hold mid-fight because my settings are messed up and they just keep switching back and forth. But anyways, hold is just a lot of fun, and your crouch spam is disgusting on it. My favorite non-ALC settings are 5.4 Classic. So here are my ALCs. If you want, you can take a screenshot right here, or if you just want to pause the video. And then after you unpause the video, I will set the rest of the settings right here. And then you can pause the video again here, or take a second screenshot right here. And this is pretty much it. I've been using these for a very long time. Nothing much has really changed. The first few times that I've dropped these settings videos, they've done very well. The feedback I get is tremendous, and I appreciate the feedback because it gives me more confidence to make more of these videos. People ask for updated videos, and I believe consistency is key. So I pretty much just use the same settings over and over again. So there are my settings for Season 10. I would really appreciate if you liked the video. Let me know down below if these settings help out or if they don't help out. I would like to know, because the feedback has really helped me with the confidence of making these videos. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.